What's up, everybody? Here we have Let's Talk UFC 209. And we're starting the pay per view off with the heavyweight showdown between Alistar Overeem and Mark Super Samoan Hunt. This is a rematch years in the making when Reem tapped out Mark Hunt when he had no ground game. And now Mark is much improved, and this could be a very interesting bout. But the person I'm gonna choose to win is gonna be Alistar Overeem. If he comes in with a very good game plan, a very strategic one, similar to the one he used against Roy Nelson, I think he has it. Keeps Mark on the outside and beats him up with those devastating kicks. I think he gets it. My prediction is Overeem by unanimous decision. Okay, moving on now. The lightweights. We got Lando versus David Turmont. To be honest, I really don't know much about David Turmont. Sorry, guys. But Lando Fernando, on the other hand, he came in last minute against Tony Ferguson, and that was a spectacular match. An even more spectacular knockout of John McKenzie with that vicious head kick. And I got Fernando with this one by a knockout by at least the third round. Righty so. Moving on. Rashad Evans away middleweight bout against Daniel Kelly. To me, I'm going with Rashad with this one, but Rashad must have to act like a veteran. Utilize his grappling against this one. These guys are both up there in age, and if Rashad uses his grappling and just uses his boxing and stuff like that, I think he has it. I think he could outclass Daniel, but he cannot count Daniel out because Daniel had that comeback victory against Carlos Antonio Jr. in that come from behind victory when he was down 2 rounds. But I'm still sticking with Sugar in this bout by unanimous decision. Very nice. Co-main event. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson. This is a real pick'em fight right here. This is actually what happens when the UFC follows rankings. And when it comes down to this, I'm going with Tony Ferguson. He has these very slick strikes and these nasty submissions. But for keys to victory for Tony, I believe is he's gonna really have to work out Khabib when they're standing up on their feet, really beat him up standing up, and then if he goes for a hasty takedown, then I think he get the submission victory. I'm going with Tony Ferguson by TKO by the third round if he plays his cards right. That being. Nevertheless, I think this should be a very entertaining fight where the fans win. Moving on, main events. The Chosen One run Tyron Woodley against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. This was a fight when I was really standing up on my feet to watch. A very entertaining fight, and that was a very tough decision to make. In all honesty, in my last video when I spoke about UFC 205, I had Tyron winning in this one, and I honestly believe he won the first fight. But nevertheless, I think he's got to prove himself again. In this bout, I think Tyron has Steven all figured out. Steven was really giving it to Tyron at some points of the fight, but Tyron was nowhere in danger of getting finished. So I'm going with Tyron Woodley in this bout by a brutal TKO victory, at least by the 4th round. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the pay-per-view. I know I am. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.